Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your host, the man who saw the Dark Knight trilogy 5 years too late and decided I'm going to steal a gimmick from that, Kyle Charles, and my trusty host, CY Chung. And this episode we're going to continue on with our look back at this career of the great icon Sting. And this is the final part, so I hope you all enjoy. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And now, on with the episode.
Yeah. And I think, by the way, Van Dam being the X Division could have been something. Yeah. Him winning the world title too soon after appearing is another issue, right? But maybe he should have won the X Division title, had some banger matches first, and then win the world title later.
I don't know, because I think at this period, this is like 2010, right?
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam was up in the years by this point. He was like 40 at this point.
Yeah.
So he wasn't as, I don't know. But then when he came back to WWE like 4 years later for like that year, he was pretty awesome in that. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like in TNA, Rob Van Dam half-assed it, if I'm honest. Because I can't think of anything memorable of him in TNA.
Yeah.
Except for the whole Sting in the crowd bit. Is there anything I read?
Go on. Tell me that.
Well, there's a bit where he's outside the crowd, like he's walking around the crowd, giving high five and stuff. Then there's somewhere in a Sting mask. He goes giving a high five. Then the person hits him with a chair, and then they pull up the mask and it's Sting. That's the only memorable moment I have of Rob Van Dam in TNA.
All right, the one of the many times the Sting was masquerading as Sting
himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
In plain sight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I believe Rob Van Dam vacated the title. Oh, was it this where? Is this where Abyss was feuding with Rob Van Dam, and Rob Van Dam got hit by Janice, the spiked out plank of wood that no one ever is going to be hit with in an actual match because it would outright kill them.
Yeah.
So they had Rob Van Dam stagger out with it attached to his back.
Yeah.
And then Rob Van Dam, because it seemed like Rob Van Dam didn't want to take the pin from any TNA talent.
It sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. He was only champion for, I say only 113 days. That's quite a long time.
Yeah, that's a decent amount of time. Though, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I mean, look, they do business the way they do business, but it probably explains some of the reason why TNA's sometimes not fondly remembered.
Yeah.
Especially
moving into a Hogan Bischoff era, isn't it?
Yes.
Which is coming up. Yeah.
Joker Sting, yeah?
Yeah. Whew. Joker Sting is great for all the wrong reasons.
Okay. I just remember him saying, I remember cutting the promo where he just ripped off the Joker.
Yeah.
Because he was like, some men, I can't remember exactly what it is. Some men do this, some men want to win, some men want to win, some men want to rule, and some men just want to watch the world burn. Can you guess which one am I? And then he starts rubbing the face paint over his face, like that's on his face, kind of to sweat it around, and then putting the Joker Sting face paint on.
Glad I never saw that.
Yeah, the insane icon. Which, okay, fine.
Yeah, I kind of get it. Yeah, but
I don't understand the. I don't think I personally. Okay, can you kayfabe me the transition of why normal Sting went into Joker Sting? Because I can get why, by the way, Blonde Sephiroth Sting went into Crow Sting. Yeah.
Yeah, because the betrayals and that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't. Why? I can't really think. There's no sort of like logical reason. Did he? Because he wasn't betrayed by anyone or anything, or he dropped on his head. I don't know. It's like, did he fall in a vat of acid? I don't know. Like, I can't think of a good reason for him to. I know the real reason. Probably like he just 2 years later he finally saw Dark Knight Rise. Dark Knight. He's like, oh, cool. I like this character, the Joker. I've never heard of him before.
Because as we know, Sting they watch movies because he didn't know that he ripped he saw the picture of the Crow and was like, yeah. But then, as you said before, he didn't seem like he watched the Crow.
No, he just. It's even worse. You think that like if someone give you an idea about this film called The Crow, it's pretty hip with the kids and that. and we should base your character on him. Maybe if I was someone like, okay, maybe I'll give it a watch. You know.
Yeah.
It's not like I can't afford like $10 to rent this movie or whatever it is. You know. I'm rich for 1994 standards, or 1996 standards. But no, he just didn't watch it. Not till years later. Oh, okay.
Let me before we continue with that, right? When was the debacle with Jeff Hardy? Was that before or after this?
That's Victory Road 2011. So no, hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened.
Actually,
yet.
wait.
Because if Hogan is heel and Joker's
no. The Jeff Hardy thing happened before.
Okay. Let's just quickly cover that.
Beginning of 2000.
So they all know they are coming, right? They are coming.
Oh, yeah.
And this is when Sting's having his conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
But no one's believing him. Therefore, he starts doing more radical actions, yeah? Which probably then leads to Joker Sting. So you could say he's going that way.
Yeah, it could, yeah.
And Jeff Hardy had the title, and then Sting won the title of Jeff Hardy, right?
Yes.
And then they had a pay-per-view rematch in which Jeff Hardy come out. Well, his music played. He didn't come out.
Wait. No, Jeff Hardy was champion at this point.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. That's why it's more controversy to the whole thing because.
Oh yeah. I do believe, and it would make sense because I say Sting's already ringed, so that must mean Sting was the challenger because usually the champion comes second.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jeff Hardy's kind of crawl. You know, okay, sometimes Jeff Hardy does that crawl to the ring, right?
Yeah.
In battle crawl. Except that this one didn't. This one looked off key, like he just kind of fell.
Yeah. And
onto the floor, and he couldn't actually walk.
Yeah, it looked weird.
Yeah, and then got in the ring, and then Bischoff came out to quickly speak to Sting.
Yeah.
Went out of the. I think he went to say, "Oh, there's no DQ match, or whatever," but really just whispered to Sting, "Pin this guy because he's out. He's out."
Yeah, do business.
And so Jeff Hardy went to throw his t-shirts to the crowd. Sting grabbed him from behind, Scorpion Death Drop, went and just, proper pinned him down. Like, pulled his leg
his body weight on him to pin him.
Yeah. Which was quite right to do, by the way. Because you don't want to be endangered by a guy that's completely out of it, yeah?
No.
And Jeff Hardy's trying to kick out, but he can't.
Yeah.
So it just shows you how... Look, if he took the Scorpion Death Drop and just lay on the floor without fighting it, then you could say, oh, it's part of the storyline, right?
Yeah.
But he's legit trying to kick out.
Yep. He's like, no.
As out of it as he was.
Yeah.
So Sting was like, someone in the crowd stand as Sting's walking up the ramp. This is bullshit, and Sting's like, pointing.
I agree.
He's holding up the tires. I agree. And then TNA gave people. Did he give? I don't think they gave people refunds, right? The people that bought the pay-per-view, but they did give them 3 months free access to.
Yeah, to whatever their streaming service at the time was.
Yeah. I was like, I'd be like, nah, Yeah. And I think Jeff Hardy got off really lightly, actually, after doing that, because he got to win the Bound for Glory tournament afterwards, and you'd be like, and TNA talent, kayfabe was just giving him, like, saying you got to prove yourself and stuff like that. And then so he did, and then they had the talent put him over again. It's just like, no, he should have been starting at the bottom and working his way up to show that he can be trusted, you know?
Yeah. Like, if it was WWE, dude would have been fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and to be not being bad, but to be fair, like that's kind of something you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like if he been jumping from company to company for these same sort of issues. Like, you got to kind of put your foot down at some point.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Then Joker Sting, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not fond of this gimmick, though. I know some people who are.
Yeah. But I think everyone's fond for it for, like, ironically, like, for the lols of it, because it's not a great gimmick. It's stupid.
No. Is that your opinion? Right?
That's my opinion. That's why I like it, because it's stupid, and, like, Sting just likes to steal stuff from popular, like, pop culture references. Like, the Joker. He was cool 2 years ago. Yeah.
I don't mind the way he played it, right? He's just playing it like it was He wasn't Heath Ledger Joker, even though that's what he was going for, right?
Yeah.
He was Batman 66's Romeo Joker.
Yeah, that's what he really was.
Yeah.
But I don't think he knew the difference.
Yeah, because clearly he was like, oh, I saw that. He sees the makeup of Heath Ledger, and he's like, and then he probably watched Batman 66 and goes, yeah, that's.
Yeah. We can't get
That's a
sued
bit
for
of
this.
me.
This is too many years ago, so yeah, we probably are fine if I do this one. I guess. Suppose.
Yeah. It's because he's a serious character, more serious type of character. That this wackiness was just a bit too much for me.
Yeah.
And I want to say I cringed while I was watching it. Right. I admired the reinvention. Yeah.
Yeah. Give him that. Yeah.
Yeah. And if he went the Heath Ledger Joker route, fine. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
If though he didn't look like it, okay. If he was quoting Batman '89 as well, like never rub another man's rhubarb and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Then I'd be okay. He's all in on the complete wackiness of it.
Yeah. But no. It was weird.
Yeah.
And then this led to.
I believe this is where. So then Immortal, then all Sting's conspiracy theories turned out to be correct.
Yeah.
And he had to fight fire with the crazy. I don't know what he was trying to do. If it's like I've got to be as evil as them to defeat their evil.
I suppose.
Yeah, but he's not as evil. They weren't okay. And in terms of being evil, they weren't that super heelish because they're still trying to be cool heels, yeah?
Yeah.
And in terms of him, he wasn't that evil either.
No, because he didn't really do anything evil or crazy.
Yeah. So I was like, what? All right. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't
But it all led to the Hogan and Sting rematch. Well, one of the many Hogan and Sting matches at Bound for Glory. Which I watched and I thought, you know what, for the two people here at this point at their careers, they actually did really well considering I thought Hogan couldn't do jack. And we know that Hogan doesn't really do much at all.
Yeah.
Right? But all the gimmicks and whatnot they were doing, Hogan bleeding and whatever, the shortcuts they were taking, actually I thought they did really well. Yeah. Not Rock Hogan levels of really well.
No.
But Hogan, but taking into account the limitations of both guys at this point in their careers, And then this is where Sting got beat up by Immortal while Hogan's bleeding in one of the corners, and then Sting's like, "Hogan, help me!" Because Hogan's got to be Hogan, right?
Help me, Hulkstar.
Yeah.
And I just like this is what ruined the whole thing for me. Like, really, this is stupid.
And then Hogan started, even though he's got blood all over his, he started looking at the crowd left and right because Hogan got a pantomime. And then he started hulking up and beating up Immortal. Yeah. They all ran towards it. They were all magnetically attracted to his fist. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, because Immortal and Fortune.
Yeah, which kind of buried both of those, but whatever, right?
All right, sure.
And this is also where the Bound for Glory tournament finished. Bobby Roode got put over by the tournament, and he got put over by all of Fortune. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you'd think, okay, so he's going to go and win the match with Kurt Angle at Bound for Glory. No. He loses because Hogan wanted the spotlight. Hogan wanted to be the things that fan remembered was Hogan hulked up and turned face rather than Bobby Roode coming out the pay-per-view as champion.
Yeah, a TNA original, yeah.
Yeah, because it was like his crowning moment and people just remember why wasn't that done?
Yeah.
Though, that did give way to James Storm winning the title for a short bit, and then Bobby Roode did his heel turn.
Yeah.
Which was also good.
Yeah,
but
that's the good thing about the whole thing, yeah.
But then they didn't do the payoff match, where Bobby Roode holds the title for an extended amount of time until James Storm comes back to win the feud by winning the title of Bobby Roode.
No, they did it backwards, didn't they? Because if I remember correctly, like already Bobby Roode has the belt for like 200 and something days, like one of the longest reigns of TNA at that point.
Yeah.
And then what's his name? Austin Aries does creates that stupid option C thing, which makes no sense. The name of it makes no sense.
Because it's not exactly option A or option B, right? As though option C was a loophole option, but no. Option C was just basically option B.
Yeah. I'm saying that's why it was dumb. But yeah, then he created that because no, that's the second time he wins it when he must raise a suicide. But anyway, and then he cashes in on Bobby Roode to win the title. And then I think after that, James Storm's come back, and then him and Bobby Lashley, him and Bobby Roode have a feud, and we're like, but it's kind of pointless now. None of them have the title, so why?
Yes, exactly.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Dummies.
Yeah. So, I want to say whatever, but whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. It's so dumb. And then Sting doesn't do anything much after that for a while because he comes back. I know he's sort of involved in the whole Ace and 8 stuff, kind of.
Yeah.
And then, just not even get onto that kerfuffle because, All right, quick question.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on the Eights and Ace? Are they actually like one of the worst storylines ever, or?
Wait, just before we get onto that, right? I know Sting had a feud with Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's during Bobby Roode's long title reign or his second title reign.
No, it's first title reign. Yeah.
Yep. And this is where they had a chair set up, and Sting did a Scorpion Death Drop onto Bobby Roode. On Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode hit the ground. But then on the way down, because Sting obviously wasn't looking where he was going, his head smacked the back of the chair.
Okay.
And then obviously Sting held his head because he was selling it, and then Bobby Roode pinned Sting from that.
Okay.
And people, I mean, yeah, okay, I do applaud the creativity of that, right? But not the finish itself, because he should have taken that and then maybe kicked out of that, and then Bobby Roode did whatever finisher that Bobby Roode had at the time. I know he did have the payoff, but then he also had the Roode bomb.
Yeah.
So
later on the Roode bomb.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought, what? Okay.
Well, that makes more sense than, all right, I don't know. It's a weird wrestling trip that I don't get most times as well. That to me makes sense. Sting knocking himself out from the chair and Bobby Roode
knock himself out. He was still
yeah, I mean, like it sort of.
Yeah, I will agree with this, by the way, before I'm cutting you off. If he hit the chair and then was out flat,
yeah,
that I could accept.
Yeah. But like, if Sting kicked out of that and then Bobby Roode went and did a move, I don't know. To me, that sounds better the way it happened. Maybe Sting shouldn't have sold it as he sold it, but
yeah.
I don't know. It is what it is.
Or even if Bobby Roode, because it was no holds barred match, if Sting hit the chair, Bobby Roode kind of like rolled around a little bit after taking the Scorpion Death Drop or whatever. Then he took advantage of the situation by hitting Sting with a chair or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on from that, you're saying aces and eights, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your opinion on them? Or was it a terrible?
Okay, when you have to have an entire, because TNA used to have After the Bell, which was like a TNA recap documentary, episodic TV show or whatever.
Yeah.
When you have to have an entire show to explain exactly what was going on with storyline because it's so convoluted.
Yes,
right?
saying something. Isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And because this is where Buddy Ray, and the name should have given it away, by the way.
Yeah.
Buddy Ray was feuding, and whoever was feuding with the Aces and Eights.
Yeah.
And then they all beat up everyone. And then Buddy Ray was the leader of Aces and Eights.
Yeah. The whole time.
And then they went back to explain how all the pieces put together.
Yeah, the most loose sleeve thing ever done. Yeah.
And I'm like,
Mm.
whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Not that I want to say at the point the credibility of Buddy Ray
Mm.
and how they're trying to push him because he can talk the talk, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to say he's world championship level material, but
No.
he was proving himself to be upper mid card, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a bit too much when you're like, I'm so ingenious. Listen to my plan that I have to explain.
Like, I feel
Not
like
in 5 minutes, by the way.
no, in like 7 days. But like, I feel like this storyline, yeah, it probably would have had a better payoff if it wasn't Bully Ray, because then the whole Bully Ray thing just shows
Yeah.
all the plot holes in it. You're like, wait, what? Why would you? It feels like you retroactively did this, which makes this even worse. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, so Sting's in. He's only like kind of in this. He's not really in it much. So,
Yeah.
So I think he disappeared for a while in 2012 and then comes back for 2013 to deal with kind of this stuff, but then he doesn't really do much. Yeah. So I guess we can skip past this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's the next thing you remember of Sting in TNA?
Not much. I think he leaves after this, isn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah, I can't remember much. Because apparently Wikipedia here says he had a feud with. Oh yeah, no. I do remember now.
He did have a feud with Mick Foley, but I think we skirted over most of that.
Yeah. He had a feud with EC3, and EC3 beat him, and then that's when EC3. He was doing this thing when at this point where if he beat someone, he would absorb one of their moves. So he was doing the EC3 splash for a while, the swing and splash.
Oh, I said EC3 is
Ethan Carter third.
No. What's that character that was absorbing people's moves?
What in
comics? Mega Man, I believe, absorbs people's moves when he defeated them, right?
Yeah. Also, Amazo. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
And probably another person, but yeah, that was his thing. I was like, that's cool. Oh yeah, and then I don't remember anything after that. And I think Sting.
The last thing I do remember is when he tried to put Magnus over, and he tapped. No, there's two things I remember. One of them was he was trying to put Magnus over. I can't remember if it was a time match or not. And Magnus beat him with a Texas Cloverleaf because Magnus was trying to get that move over. That's one of his finishes. Yeah. Fair enough. It didn't mean as much as it should.
No.
At that point, because I don't think Magnus was getting booked particularly well afterwards. But there's also a match he had with Samoa Joe, in which I remember because I think Joe was going to do the muscle buster.
Yeah.
From the corner, right? But Sting for some reason could not get into position, or not get into position. He couldn't get Sting up, so he just dragged Sting out of the corner and put him in a Conquer clutch.
Yeah.
And got a submission finish. Yeah. But then the main event had also a submission finish, which kind of was like it's a bit weird.
Yeah. Because I think. Yeah, because that must have been after the Bound for Glory end of Aces and 8 stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
When Magnus was champion, if I remember correct, right?
Was it? I can't remember if he was champion at that point.
It must have been around that time, if I remember correctly. And then he left. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Sting. All right. Sting lost a match to Ethan Carter III due to interference from the TNA World Champion Magnus and sequentially challenged Magnus to a title versus career match on the 23rd of January episode of the Impact Genesis, which Sting lost, and his TNA contract had been terminated as a result. Yeah, okay, that makes sense now. Yeah, so that must have been when he put over Magnus, like you're saying,
yeah. So that was that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, no. And one other thing. Sting, I can't remember when it was, what match. I think was it AJ Styles? I can't remember. But Sting got put in the TNA Hall of Fame against his own will.
Yeah.
So basically, they told Sting. I think they were saying, "Oh, we're gonna do TNA's Hall of Fame. You can be the first inductee." And he's like, "No, actually, I don't. My career's still going, so probably not."
I'd rather not.
And then they did it anyways.
Yeah.
And then Sting's like, "Yeah, all right. I have to begrudge him. I mean, well, I can't beef with them live on TV."
No. Plus, they are paying me, so I guess I've got to go along with this, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, but that's that, yeah?
Yes.
And then we go into his WWE career.
Yeah, which is all of like 2 minutes long. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no fault to his own. But yeah.
Wait, how many matches did he have? I think he only had 4 matches here, right?
2. If I'm
He
correct.
He had the match against Triple H.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Oh, I'm just going to go through the matches right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Before we actually get into the nitty-gritty of it. But match against Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
A match with him and Cena against Big Show and Seth Rollins, I think.
You might be right.
And then he had the Seth Rollins match. But then he had a match against someone else, so he won 2 matches, and he lost 2 matches. And I can't remember who the other person he had a match with was.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I thought it was only 2.
Okay, wait. Clearly, the 2 matches you're thinking of is the Triple H match, we'll speak about now, and the Seth Rollins match, where he.
But, okay, then. Oh, okay.
Okay, even before he had all his matches, do you remember the segment on TV, right? Where it was 2K15 or something like that, right? And Michael Cole's talking about it, and then the 2K logo flashes, and then you hear the rafters and whatnot, the shadows, and then the Sting WCW theme start playing, violin orchestra, yeah?
Yeah. And
then, as they're playing, the guy's walking out from the shadows, obviously it's Sting because you can see the silhouette of him.
Yeah.
Then all the violin players and whatnot, the orchestra, turn around, they got Sting makeup, and then the camera goes to show Sting's face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it says 2 generations of an icon. Right, the crowd's all cheering, yeah? 2 generations of an icon. 2K20, you can play a Sting, Surfer Sting and Crow Sting. And then the crowd just switches and goes boo, boo, because they thought, Sting is coming.
Yeah.
Which he wasn't. Yeah.
That, I'm not gonna lie though, that advert is dope. I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awesome. And I remember Sam rang me. It was like, oh, have you seen the advert? I was like, come on, of course I've seen it. That's amazing, man. I was like, yeah, man, that's dope.
Yeah.
And
but I do believe this was not the first time they thought they were going to try and get Sting, because there was a WrestleMania where Kurt Angle had a match with Kane. Yeah. But
WrestleMania 18.
Yeah, and I think instead of that, they thought they could get Sting, and there were negotiations or something like that. That's why that feud kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
because they were trying to slot Sting in, and then Kane was the backup.
Does it mean Sting versus Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
I think that's what they're trying to go for, anyways. But
okay. For some reason, I thought it was me Sting Taker, because who did Taker have at that match? Flair.
At WrestleMania 18?
Yeah.
I think it was Biker Taker at that point, though.
Yeah. Against Flair. Yeah, you might be more right. Yeah, because that'd make more sense. Even Kane versus Sting would make more sense than.
Well, yeah.
Angle,
I mean, you could have
Sting.
You could have Kane versus Sting. Oh no, but that depends on how you want to put over Sting as far as the ranks of kayfabe go. Because
but like
Kurt Angle's higher tier than Kane.
Yeah, he's higher tier than Kane, but like, right, Sting's, I want to say this, quote unquote supernatural, right?
Yeah.
Kane's quote unquote supernatural.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle's just wrestling guy. So it's that's a weird sort of thing to have at WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
However, if you were going to put Sting over someone and you chose that person to be Kurt Angle can bounce back from that. It's fine.
Yeah, so could Kane.
Well, the thing is that at this point, I personally, I think Sting could have had this feud with Kane, right? And put himself and get himself over, right? To start moving on to Undertaker, yeah, because that's the next logical step.
Yeah.
Undertaker would have to be. He's not Dead Man Undertaker. He's a Biker Taker, so it wouldn't be the same effect.
I think they could have done his transition earlier than if that's the case.
Yeah, using Sting, right?
Yeah, to like WrestleMania 20 in WrestleMania 19, rather than waiting 2 years, and then WrestleMania 20 went back as Dead Man. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that was that. So then Sting came in 2000.
In the 2014 Survivor Series, when he came and helped defeat the Authority.
Yeah. This is where Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler had a great match with the Authority.
Yep.
Because Roman Reigns was suspended, I believe, or something like that.
I think he was legit ill.
Oh, okay. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
So Dolph Ziggler took his spot, but because it's Dolph Ziggler, I was ripped all the way. Because Roman, even if he's fighting 4 people, and they're all kind of like upper mid card, Roman is Roman, so he would have beaten all of them. However, Dolph Ziggler setting his ass off against every single one of these guys.
Yeah, it made more like it made it more uncertain who was going to win.
Yeah.
You're like, oh wow.
He's a great underdog.
Yeah.
In that situation, yeah.
Again, they could have capitalized on this, but they never did.
Yeah. They should have used that as a major push. Not take Roman's place as a push, but just be like, look, we got the guy got over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he proved he could do a lot of stuff.
Yep.
And he took the position of a guy who we were pushing.
Yeah.
So and he showed he could do the entire job. But this is where also I think did Triple H pedigree Dolph Ziggler?
Yes.
Or was he going to pedigree?
I think he went to pedigree him, and then that's when all the lights come off, and then the vigilante.
Yeah.
And hit Triple H with the baseball bat.
Yeah.
And then he gave him a Scorpion Death Drop on, right?
Yeah. And then he gave. Did he give Seth Rollins the Scorpion Death Drop?
I think so.
And then Seth Rollins. Then he dragged over Dolph, yeah?
Yeah.
Then had time to walk away before a referee came in there.
Yeah.
To count the pin.
Yeah.
Which means Seth Rollins down for ages. So the power of the Scorpion Death Drop.
Yeah, trumps all. Because remember the whole wrestling wrestling mythos. The older you are, the more powerful you are. So that.
Except that people in TNA were kicking out the Scorpion Death Drop.
Yeah, well, TNA is not a real place. But
yeah.
Yeah, so him being at his accelerated age at that time, like 50 something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and time that's like a 10-time multiplier on a Scorpion Death Drop.
Yeah. So the longer you're out, the more powerful you build your move.
Yeah, So yeah, no, I love this because I think I'd watch this live as well. I was like, oh, this is dope. I like it. Yes, and then we didn't see Sting for a while, but he was just be around places, isn't it? Like
he made his presence known.
Yeah,
he existed.
Yeah, and then he confronted the H-Man at Fastlane, and then he pointed at WrestleMania for sign, and it was like, Sting versus Triple H. And I got excited for this, because this is the WrestleMania I went to. Like, oh, cool, I get to finally see Sting in the ring. Yeah, I know I'll see him in 2023 in the ring as well. But anyway, hindsight's a hell of a thing. So yeah, and then he had that match at...
What's your opinion on this? That match, as you say?
Me personally, I like the match because it's just a spectacle, isn't it? It's just everything going on.
I don't mind that. These sort of mass interference matches, because I know the people involved are of certain capabilities at this point. Yeah, I don't mind it. No, I expected all this.
Yeah, saying they're not
going to have a street match.
They're not going to have like a 15-minute like not rest hold, like chain wrestling match, are they? You know? Sting's in his 50s. Triple H is like probably in his early 40s at this point.
And he only wrestles once
a year.
Yeah, for his WrestleMania payday.
Yeah, so I'm not expecting nothing. Great.
Which he's dressed at a Terminator. Okay, so Sting come out, normal Sting entrance, whatever, right? And Triple H come out Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger video beforehand.
Sting didn't come out to his normal entrance. He had these people playing these drums and all stuff. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't as grand as Triple H's entrance, right?
Yeah, I'll say it's on. Triple H was one slightly above it because he had all like Sting had like dances and everything on the stage and everything, so it looked pretty dope.
I don't remember that. I just remember Triple H coming up with all the Terminator T-800 skeletons behind him and stuff. Man.
And he was the Terminator hunter.
Yeah.
See, again, I remember this fondly because obviously I was there, so I'm like, it's etched in my brain, the whole thing. Like, oh, this is amazing.
But yes, this is where. So the NWO came out, even though
Yep.
the NWO are the ones feuding with Sting all this time, so
Yeah.
it didn't make sense. If DDP and Goldberg came out, fine, right?
Mm.
I understand why the NWO would come out though, because it's like, their organization, the WWF killed them as well. So
Yeah, so it's
yeah,
like, or if you want to be even like super into it, sort of thing. Yeah, this is my
yeah,
kind of headcanon I've kind of made.
yeah.
They want to right the wrongs they did by technically killing WCW.
Or yeah, because the enemy of our enemy, or enemy of my enemy is my friend. So
Yeah. So I
yeah,
was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. All right.
yeah. And then the DX came out,
Yeah.
and Nash nearly hurt his quad again, I believe.
No, he did that. Apparently, he did that as a joke.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because he reads the message board and stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah.
Nash,
And then
you're funny.
and then I think Sting broke the sledgehammer with his baseball bat.
Yeah,
Had Hunter in the Scorpion Death lock, and
yeah,
then Shawn Michaels super kicked him in the face. Which I'm like, yeah, okay,
yeah,
all this makes sense.
yeah.
And then did he eat a pedigree and get pinned?
I think so.
Now, are you in the camp that Sting should have won the match?
I'm gonna say this, and people are gonna probably throw stones at me and stuff. No, I think Triple H should have won the match.
Okay.
Why
Okay.
is WCW the inferior company? Yeah,
Yeah.
inferior. Gonna win now. If they won, we watching WCW now, not WWE. So
Oh yeah, well,
screw them guys.
This is my logic, and obviously I have to agree with it. By the way, let me
Yeah.
just point out one thing, and I'm not even sure if you noticed it when you were watching it because you might have been engrossed in the match, yeah.
Mm.
But there was a bit where Sting took a bump in the corner or something like that, and then when he fell down, his bowl patch showed on his hair, and you got a bit of laughter in the crowd, which I thought, oh, that's a bit.
Yeah.
I think they should have just maybe done something like Sting should have just slicked his hair back with like when CM Punk slicks it out of gel, so your Hulk or something. He should have, or did the Tommy Dreamer where he sprayed painted the top of his head.
Oh, that's even worse because when you start sweating, then it's
yeah. But with Sting it's fine, right? Because you can just be it's face paint. Anyway,
but the thing is, like, people laughing like, dude's 50. He was 57, I think, at this point, right?
Yeah, maybe
Something
I can't.
Well, like,
You got, by the way, because he's got makeup on his face, he doesn't really look old.
No. So it's like, people lose their hair, man. Why are you not being dicks about it, Just don't
Yeah. Like, even John Cena's got balding a patch or something like that. Which, by the way, with John Cena, he can afford. I want to say a hair transplant, but you know what I mean. The
hair plugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But
even though, to be fair, he's grown it out a bit, right? And he's not going to be wrestling where he's hitting the mat or anything like that. So he can style it in a way that you don't see it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But
this whole feud, by the way, was this thing. Triple H feud was based on, we killed WCW, and we're going to put the final nail in the coffin. Yeah. It's like, well, okay. I guess I know who's going to win this match then, because it's like you're dragging a feud. The feud is based on a feud that ended like 15. Wait, on
it would have been 15 years ago.
14 years ago.
Yeah. But it's like
now, you're saying you'll find out Triple H won. He won. Right? Yeah. But if Sting won, and then you go to Sting Undertaker, where Undertaker wins, then you kind of get where you're going.
Yeah.
And you've built up that in the process.
Yeah. But like,
find if Sting and Undertaker was never going to happen. Because Undertaker is like, I don't think I'm capable of having the match that people are envisioning at this stage of our careers.
Yeah.
Me and Sting, I don't think we can do that.
Yeah.
Then fair enough, yeah?
Yeah.
But it just seemed like, Triple H had to put the exclamation point. Not Triple H, but Vince, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if this was Triple H, like him controlling, if he was in creative control like he is now, back then, I think this match would have ended differently.
Yeah.
I think he would have put over Sting.
Well, to be fair to Triple H as well, he put a lot of people over at WrestleMania at that point.
Yeah.
So his WrestleMania record wasn't the greatest.
No.
However,
Mm.
still beating Triple H means something.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised he had to even out his win-loss record, only because then it showed that he's still capable, and that then
Especially
beating
'cause
him
of
does
next year.
mean more, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I think. If Triple H was in charge then, he would have put Sting over.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And then disappeared for a while after this.
Yeah.
Then he returned in August, challenging Seth for the WWE World Heavyweight
No. You're missing out. You're missing out the. Wait,
What?
hold on.
What am I
No,
saying?
no. Were you missing his match with Big Show?
That's later.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah, so he challenges Seth for the title.
Yeah.
And then that night, that's when he has a match with Big Show.
Yeah.
And it's his first match on Raw. Probably lost.
Yeah.
No, he has another one off his. And then he wins. No,
Yeah, he wins by
by
DQ.
disqualification because Seth
Yeah.
comes and attacks him.
Yeah.
And then
And
later on that
yeah.
night, that's when they have the tag team match with him and Cena versus Big Show and Seth. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't remember who took the pin, but I wouldn't be surprised if Big Show took
Of course, it's Big Show. Of course, man.
it. Yeah.
Actually, wait. It depends who. No, it depends really. I think.
Because Rollins could have taken the pin as well to build up for their title match. Right?
Yeah, because I know he had that Night of Champions. He had the 2 matches, and he had the title.
Yeah.
So maybe Cena could have AA'd him and then pinned him. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, but so Sting, like you say, rightly. So Seth Rollins had 2 matches that Night of Champions.
Yeah.
He had the US title that he won
Yeah, champ.
off John
yeah.
Cena.
Yeah.
When John Cena got attacked by John Stewart, but not the Green Lantern, John
No.
Stewart, and
The
not even
T-Bar.
black. He's a white guy, right? And then and then he won he won it back off Seth Rollins in the next pay-per-view, which is like, what's the point then? Whatever.
Yeah, I can't.
Then Sting had the match right afterwards.
Yeah.
And I
Literally
get it if Seth Rollins had the match at the beginning of the show and then the title match at the end of the show.
Yeah.
But to beat a match, then have a match back to back where he also he then beats the other guy.
Yeah.
Is a bit weird, right?
Yeah.
With no interference on it. But to be fair, it was a buckle bomb, yeah? However, I have a feeling Seth Rollins is going to win the match regardless, whatever was going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, to be fair, like, it's going to sound bad. At this time, would you really want a 57-year-old man being the world champion?
No, but
Yeah.
but I would have liked them have protected him a little bit more in that case. Not saying that protected physically as in the buckle bomb. I'm just saying, you know, the aura of Sting or whatever. Don't have Seth Rollins have 2 matches in the same night and then beat Sting. Like, you know.
This is Sting. It's a Sting. How can you sort of...
You can take the loss. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you can't, like... If anything, his aura, if he was like to protect the aura and that stuff, his aura was like destroyed from TNA. So,
but also I will say this about Seth Rollins, right?
Yeah.
He did have a gauntlet match where he defeated Roman Reigns and then he defeated John Cena.
Yeah.
And then he defeated the 3rd guy in the gauntlet, and he was wrestling in the ring for like over an hour.
Yeah, because then he'd done that again a couple of years ago on Raw. I think to get a shot at the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, no, I think we're talking about the same match, right? Or did he do it twice?
I think he's done it twice.
Oh, well, yeah. So it's not impossible for Seth Rollins to do this craziness.
No. Seth is great.
But yeah, I don't like to watch the buckle bomb.
No.
Because Sting tried to get up and then he couldn't get up and he fell.
Yeah, that's even watching. I was like, oh no, this isn't good.
Yeah.
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 Because he kind of just collapses in like, oh no, this is.
Yeah.
And then Seth kind of just finishes the match straight after that, isn't it? It's like, oh no.
Yeah. Which he would he's like, forget what we've got planned afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just this man needs medical attention. Let's just finish this.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Or if he really wanted to, he could have just got a chair and just hit Sting and then calls or shove the referee, calls the DQ.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But no.
I mean, like if you really thought he was, right away needed medical attention, you just,
Yeah.
not like when Neville broke his ankle, and then Joe had to shove the referee to
Yeah.
immediately get something done.
That's funny, but for wrong reasons.
Sorry.
It's funny for the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to help
All
this
right.
guy, and you want this match to go along. Dude broke his ankle, man.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically the end of Sting's career in WWE,
Yeah.
except where he got put in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, which was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he made another appearance at Ric Flair's 70th birthday on before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
35, and then
Which actually Ric Flair himself could not attend because Batista beat him up in the back.
that was amazing, man. That's like one of my favorite builds to a match.
I don't even think he beat. You only ever see him beat him up in the back. He's like he walks into Flair's dressing room or something like that, and then they go to everyone in Sting's. No, Batista walks in a room. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see what it is.
Yeah.
Then everyone's in the ring for the same celebration with Ric Flair, and then
Yeah.
then he comes to the back because Ric Flair's not coming out, and then I think he got like Batista burst out the door, dragging Ric Flair.
No. Batista comes out first, grabs the cameraman, goes, "Come with me, follow me now." And then he bursts through the door, and then he starts dragging out Ric Flair. You're like, "Oh wow, this is violence." Like, even though you don't see the actual violence, it's like this is quite messed up. Like,
Yeah, but Batista being awesome during that era.
Yeah, man, he's acting, man. That showed that he was.
Give me what I want.
Yeah. Give me what I want. But yeah.
I like. By the way, I did enjoy Hammy Batista better than the Animal Batista.
Yeah,
Spotlight
same.
on
Hollywood
me.
Batista. Yeah, Hollywood Batista. I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the best. Give me what I want.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically it, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you had the match with Undertaker, a straight match, you're thinking it wouldn't have hit our expectations either?
No, if this happened like the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, I think it would have been alright. Don't think it would have been great, but I think it would have been alright.
If they had like a gimmick match of sorts,
yeah,
like we're talking about, all the shortcuts in the world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Would you think? No. Like, I'm talking about just like if it's whatever they had to do to take shortcuts, normal match, yeah. Live match, yeah. Do you think that would have worked at this point at their age? You would think no, not either.
Only if they did it like the Boneyard match, it would have worked.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to go to that third. I think they would have been better off having a cinematic match. Because then you could do the the horror movie tropes where Undertaker starts sitting up for some crazy stuff and then appearing from behind and stuff like that with his magical powers.
Yeah.
And then he hits a Sting, who turns out not to be Sting because somehow Sting has a Sting masquerading as himself.
Yeah, they would have so done. That's the thing. If they did it in a
Embrace the Camp.
Yeah, if they did it in like a cinematic match, it would have been amazing.
It would have been like Kane makes an appearance, and then you got Wolfpack Sting fighting Kane, and it was like, wait a minute, but Pro Sting's over there.
So I'm saying it would have been amazing. And then you would have had like a Sting army of people, and then Undertaker's druids. It would have been dope.
And then Surfer Sting as well for no reason. But yeah, just I would accept it. In fact, if Sting had a match with the Fiend and it went in this direction as well, that'd have been something.
That'd been dope, man. I loved it. Oh.
I would say that wackiness where it's multiple Stings for the feud with the Fiend, because that's some next level craziness you can do.
Yeah, like the Firefly Funhouse would have been.
Yeah.
Sting's career. That'd have been
what was the one that Randy Orton burnt the corpse of the Fiend?
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, I love it.
He committed murder on TV, and no one's
Yeah, but he's done it twice. He burnt down Bray Wyatt's house as well. You're like,
with Sister Abigail inside it, right?
Yeah. So it's like,
okay. And then Sting is All Elite.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I have to say, I think they used him really well.
Yeah.
He was undefeated in AEW, right? But in the right way.
Yeah.
And he always helped. He didn't make his opponents look like jabronis or anything. He always helped kind of them in a better position after the match than before, or at least he tried to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't like they were overly protecting him, and he wasn't jobbing them out either.
No.
And I'm kind of glad that he teamed up with Darby Allin because it just helps elevate him.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Let's just say if Darby Allin he's 5'7". I'm just saying if he was taller and bigger, right? Then they would probably push him harder.
No, they'll push him. Darby's always sort of, because of how his character.
Yeah.
I don't think even if he was tall, he would still get the same thing. Like he's gonna be AEW champion at some point.
Yeah, well,
Like,
I could accept seeing him beat up some bigger people like Lance Archer and stuff like that. Even pin Samoa Joe, so
to a certain degree, I get it. But I didn't even like this. Yeah. I didn't like when he beat Samoa Joe. I thought I was just stupid, but just to lose it again the next week, it was dumb.
But he's got that Jeff Hardy character of I'll endanger myself. I'll destroy my own hit points.
Yeah.
With a suicide attack to my opponent to knock down their hit points.
Even though it's
yeah, mutual destruction. Yeah. So yeah, what feud? Okay, I remember the cinematic match they had with was it? I know Brian Cage was there.
Yeah, it was versus Team Taz. Yeah.
Yeah. And they threw Darby Allin through some glass, but he went through the glass very safely because they swung him.
Yeah.
And they let go of his top half before his bottom half. So when he landed through the glass, he went butt first and it came down in a sitting position.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. Yeah. That looks smooth. All right. And safe. Even though you're going to say tailbone hitting the ground. Okay, how safe that is, yeah. But he didn't get shanked by the glass. So
yeah. Like what happens later on. But yeah.
Yeah. And then Sting doing some crazy jumps and stuff like that. And I think Sting said after the match he'd rather do normal matches because the amount of times they have to refilm stuff, he takes more bumps than necessary.
Yeah. So, oh no, I've got to do it from this angle. Like, oh god, that hurt.
Exactly.
Look, forget I've got Nick in.
I thought that was fun though. I saw that was a fun match.
Yeah, it was. Because at first I was kind of skeptical about what they're going to do with Sting, but then watching him, I thought, oh, you know what? I'm down for this.
And then I think he started doing normal matches as well.
Yeah.
After that, which is cool. It's cool because, like, as tag matches or multi-man matches, Sting doesn't need to be carrying it himself, and he can be carried by the multiple people that go to him to get hits.
Yeah. So
yeah. I think he did actually really well for his AEW career.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Standouts being, what was that match? It was him and Darby Allin. Wait, hold on. It was the Young Bucks and what's his name? El Fantasmo.
Yes. Young Bucks. Yeah, because it was meant to be originally Young Bucks, El Fantasmo, and Hikuleo, but something happened so Hikuleo couldn't be there.
Yeah.
So it ended up being. No. It was meant to be Darby Allin, Sting, Shingo Takagi, and Ticking Time Bomb. Hiromu Takahashi. No. Wait. Is it Hiromu Takahashi, isn't it?
Yeah, Hiromu. Yeah.
Versus Bullet Club and Bullet Club, basically.
Yeah.
But, so Time Bomb couldn't be there, so then that's why he didn't have Hikuleo in the match, but he came out with them anyway. So yeah, that was the match. That match was dope. Yeah.
This is where Sting missed one of his cues.
Yeah.
Because he had one of the Jacksons tell him to get back in the ring.
Yeah.
Because El Fantasmo was meant to do something. He sold being scared of Sting, right?
Yeah.
And then Sting just walked away from him. So then he started talking.
Yeah. And then like, get back in. I was like, oh. Oh, that was hilarious.
But that match was really good as well because you had the nipple grab and all sorts of silliness.
Yeah.
So it was a fun match. It was there was comedy within it, right?
Yeah.
But everyone played their parts well.
Yeah.
Because the match was taken seriously by everyone in it while having elements that made you laugh.
Yeah. And yeah, man, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
There was one bit where Sting kind of botched something, but how he botched it, it looked good. I think El Phantasmo meant to do something. I think El Phantasmo meant to do a running moon, like he ran off the ropes in the moonsault.
Yeah.
And I think Sting was meant to catch him and give him death drop. But I think Sting was in position and Phantasmo did the moonsault, landed and kind of fell back, and then Sting kind of fell at the same time.
Yeah.
They kind of like disguised the botch, but it looks good how he did it. Rather, okay, I'm okay with that. But yeah, no, it was a good match. Harley enjoyed it.
And then Sting kind of came back as Joker Sting, but I was like, I don't know about that. You should have kind of just left that one back in the TNA.
Yeah, that should have stayed in TNA vaults.
Yeah. And then what was the? There was the coffin match which we reviewed, where it was Sting and Darby Allin versus Strickland and Christian Cage.
Yeah,
which was really good.
Yeah.
I think that helped. Even though Swerve got pinned, right, it did actually help his leveling up in the process.
Because he used that as another reason for him to get like more aggressive and stuff. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. And then this is where they started pushing Sting towards the tag team title shot.
Yes.
Way later on.
Yes.
Yeah. Which was like, okay, I didn't mind that he only won one title in the AEW, which made sense, and it made sense for him to win it towards where he said he was going to retire.
Yeah.
You know, though I didn't like when he was on AEW, and I think he Scorpion. Who did he Scorpion Death Drop off the top of something through a table?
Did he do that in AEW?
Was it Hobbs?
Maybe.
Yeah, and that landing did not look nice at all.
Huh. Why would you do that?
Yeah. But yeah. So, and as we reviewed his last match with Sting and the Young Bucks, opponents which he chose to help at honestly end his career, but have the final match of his career, which was the right choice, I think, because they were able to carry him, and do all sorts of craziness and be dickish. So they weren't going to get the cool cheers, because it was Sting's moment. Yeah. With Sting and all the Sting children, right?
They're awesome Scorpion splashes.
Yeah.
That's half.
But yeah, that was a great match. Gimmick-filled match, right? Yeah. I will say, because they, even though they could have done a proper match, it just seemed more of, you know what? Let's go tornadoes. Let's go crazy. You know, if we're gonna finish, we finish strong. Yeah.
And they were strong.
That was great. Yeah, exactly. And even though he was the only one, by the way, that wanted to lose. Yeah. Everyone else was like, no, you're not going to. In fact, us EVPs are going to tell you, and Tony Khan are going to tell you, no, you're not jobbing out in your last match.
No. Oh, man.
What did you think? Do you think he should have taken a pin for the last match? Or, are you of the opinion, no, he didn't need to?
I don't think he needed to.
Yeah. Especially since it was against the Young Bucks, who they're over enough already. It's not as if being Sting is going to help them elevate further than they are already. Yeah, you know, they could only just boast that they ended, they pinned Sting in his final match in AEW, but they didn't really need to that because they're working around it, saying we retired Sting. Yeah, even though
no, but he chose to.
Even though technically yes, you had Sting's last match where he was retired. Yeah. So you are technically telling the truth, right?
Just about,
yeah. But yeah, good on the Bucks because there was a couple of spots they repeated from the Forbidden Door match that they had. Right? Yeah. But I think it meant more here to, even though it was like callbacks and stuff like that, it just be like, you know what, it made sense. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But he had a great send-off, I will say that. Yeah. In fact, they're probably, as far as wrestling ending to a career, he did really well.
Yeah, he did. He did. Especially when, say, 5 years ago, no one thought he would ever wrestle again. So yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. And if you had to go out at the final match of a career, like Sting did. Yeah. Some people just disappear, right?
Yeah. Right into the sunset. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but Sting was like, nah, not Sting was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go for glory. But it just be like, they they called attention to it, and it's just like, yeah, the final, Ric Flair also had that match with Shawn Michaels,
Yeah,
right?
which
To
he
end
should
his
have
career.
which was a perfect way to end your career, but then he went to
Yeah,
TNA
yeah,
because
exactly. Yeah,
ego, yeah,
but that's because of money, right?
money and ego, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Because first of all, it's like, Sean, I know you retired me, but do you mind if I wrestle in Australia?
mm,
Oh, okay, fine, yeah. I ain't
yeah,
gonna tell man that he can't make money because he's in debt, right?
yeah,
But apparently the stipulation only matters in the USA, right? Not across the world. If you're
yeah,
gonna, yeah. But then he started wrestling in TNA.
yeah,
So it's like, okay, well, you're just retired in WWF, and
yeah.
WWF ignores mostly every other organization. So
But
as far
like,
as they're concerned, you're still retired.
but the whole thing about that as well, like, it just that just solided his own career. You're like, dude, man, you could have
Yeah.
just.
And then he tried to do Ric Flair's last match, which I don't know if you saw, but
No,
I
I've
didn't
refused
see.
to watch it, man. I heard it's terrible, and like,
Yeah.
it's very like scary because dude probably could die any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he almost did die of dehydration.
yeah,
He kayfabed a heart attack on it, but because he was trying to get in shape, I think he dehydrated himself too much, and they were like, actually, there is an issue.
yeah. Because there's a part where he like apparently legit like passed out for a minute. Yeah,
Even though it was like four people in that match,
yeah,
it was him and Andrade, his son-in-law,
yep,
versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Which I get
yeah.
both of them, but yeah, but yeah. Also, yeah, I didn't watch when Sting went to Noah, innit?
Did he?
To tag with the Great Muta and the Muters one last ride thing.
Always
Yeah.
made sense, because
Yeah.
I want to say that their careers are intertwined.
They are in a way,
but-
weirdly, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So that closes that. But the one last thing, let me point out, right? Sting's live action career.
Live action career?
I do. Okay, I've seen the segment. I don't know if you've seen the segment where he fights Chuck Norris in
No.
Walker Texas Ranger.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
And he does the standard, the Sting where Sting's got his combo where it's like the punch, the chop,
Yeah.
the kick, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the atomic drop, maybe, but he definitely did that do to. He definitely did not do that to Chuck Norris, right?
Yeah.
But he did give Chuck Norris a Scorpion Death Drop, with which Chuck Norris did not sell.
No.
Yeah.
That's random. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, of all the things not to sell, I get it. By the way, if he tries to give you a Scorpion Death Drop and you backflip out of it, yeah.
Yeah. But how do you even
whatever.
backflip out of that?
Well, it'd just be like, as you're going backwards, you kind of roll your feet over, like.
Because I know that's so weird. Because I know, apparently, according to Wikipedia, he was in an episode of Trouble in Paradise as well. Okay.
You mean Hogan's? Hogan showed that he was doing while he was under WCW contract.
Yeah, trying to get into Hollywood, but then Hollywood was like, "No, we're good." Yeah.
We're good. I mean, you tried to make Shadow Warriors and Shadow Warriors 2 with your hairpiece, and nah.
Like, nah, dude, you have no charisma.
And
yeah. Apparently,
brother.
there's something called The Encounter.
I don't know.
It came out in 2011, so we've been in TNA at this point. Oh, it's another Christian film.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. All right. I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. What can we say about that, right? Yeah. I will say, by the way, that after the Sting's last match, and he had, the TNA media scrum, and they were talking about something about the well, it was when he was teaming up with Warrior and stuff like that, and Sting was like, "Oh no, I stopped taking roids back in those days because, yeah."
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't, but I did, right?
Yeah, he didn't, obviously, but I did.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what was Warrior on also, like back in the, like, Macho Man, right? If you told me he was on some sort of cocaine, I would not be surprised.
I'll believe that straight away. I wouldn't be like question. I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And Warrior, if he was on some narcotic, I wouldn't be surprised either.
But for like, it's gonna sound weird. I believe Warriors. The only drug he did was steroids. I don't think because when you hear things about him, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't think he was wired. That doesn't sound really weird. Wired that way to do that. Like you hear things.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard that story where he went catering and he got a cookie?
Yeah. I have.
In a napkin, crunched it up and all that, and then sniffed it and then threw it away.
Yeah.
So he can get the height of the calories, but not actually have the calories. So that's one thing.
Yeah,
I don't think he would do drugs. I just
Yeah.
think he was nuts in general, like his Warrior promos.
Yeah. Now Kevin Nash told that story, which from Kevin Nash, I don't know how much of stuff that he exaggerates stuff, but that certainly does sound believable to me.
Yeah. Because Nash is known for being like a king troll as well.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that sounds believable. Like you said, that sounds believable to me. Because he was so weird. So, I could buy that. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Warrior.
But look, I think Sting had aside from the stuff he did in WWE, right?
Yeah.
I think he had a good career everywhere he went.
I'll even
There was
say
peaks
that,
and flows, but in TNA, however.
yeah,
But
I'll even say, even though he lost those 2 matches in WWE, it was based out of it. They still treated him good. And it's not like he became like, they didn't do like the DDP thing to him. You know? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's because DDP was desperate for. I don't want to say desperate for fame, but
yeah, no, but
he bought out his contract, and then he was like became the stalker in the feud with the Undertaker, even though he was married to Kimberly. So that didn't make any sense, right?
But you know what I mean? It's not like they did that with him. Like,
yeah,
took someone who was big and then made him into like nothing. You know what I mean? They did treat him well, like,
yeah.
Because realistically, they didn't need to put him in a title picture strip with this thing with Steph, did they? Like,
no, they didn't need to. No.
Yeah, so it's not like
he could have been in the upper mid card.
Yeah.
Beat some jabronis.
And then
to re-establish himself, and sell T-shirts, whatever, merchandise, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he beat Dolph Ziggler, we know Dolph Ziggler would have sold it for him and everything like that. But yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I think they treat him alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, it could. If they want to bury him, they would have buried him.
Yeah. Good and properly could have.
Yeah, but they didn't. He just unfortunately got injured, and at that age, it's like we can't really invest that much into you afterwards anyway. So.
Oh, to be fair to him as well, his career went extensively longer than you would have thought.
Yeah. Big time.
And like, I mean, most wrestlers don't even get to their 50s before they retire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even nowadays stuff is better. Yeah?
Nowadays,
because all the roids ain't gonna kill you.
Yeah. But like someone from the era he came from, like he's good to like wrestle to his 60s.
Yeah.
Like how many other people from his era you could say are still doing that? Not
exactly.
Like they're either like retired or unfortunately dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, goodness, Sting, man.
Yeah, exactly. Good stuff all around. Yeah, he made his mark on wrestling.
Yeah.
Would he make some other appearances later on? Who knows exactly, right? In a non-wrestling capacity. Though, I mean, let's just say he had this final match and then he just became Darby Allin's valet and stuff like that. I'd be like, I don't know about that. You know,
Darby is dad,
not valet, but managerial, whatever.
Darby's dad, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be just like come out to be Darby Allin's what's the word?
Valet.
No. Well, yeah,
cheerleader?
it's kind of,
Yeah.
but only on key matches. Let's just say it's Darby Allin having a world title match and Sting comes out.
Yeah.
You know, or it makes an appearance. You know, to whatever. You know, then that stuff. You know, you kind of.
Yeah, I kind of see that happening.
You get those repeat appearances without rinsing out his
mystique.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would like to see that. Yeah. I still like to see.
And by the way, because he has got face paint, you can never tell how old he is.
No, until he takes it.
However, I think his hair color was black, and now it's kind of light brown.
Yeah.
Like a darker shade of brown.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he should match his face paint to his hair color, right? However, if he does start going grey, I think he should have grey face paint instead of black. like dark grey.
What, the lines?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Old man Sting, as we're
Yeah.
gonna be,
That'd be quite dope.
Yeah. Because like dark grey and black is not too far away from each other, but then it just shows like a bit of aging, which you accept.
Yeah. Which people should like accept aging at this point, like in general. But yeah, I know what you mean. I'd be quite cool with that. Yeah. Yeah, man, that'd be dope.
Yeah. So all in all, great career.
Great career.
Many people would actually be very jealous of his career.
Yeah.
And even though he won a good couple of title matches, he some of the titles he won, I don't think he needed to win, but he had to kind of like elevate for the TNA title. I mean, to have Sting win it does mean something. So
yeah,
he was bringing the title to his level at that point.
Yeah, for
But yeah, all around good stuff.
All around good stuff. I enjoyed his career. I'd like to thank him for all he's done over the years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and he. Oh well, I would say he will remember, but it just sounds like he died, but he did not die.
No, he did not die.
His career is finished,
his career's finished. Yeah, but
that's a send off that he got a well done send off.
Yeah. Like, I feel like 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the middle of something. I'll be down in a minute. Yeah, sorry about that. And yeah, I'll be quite happy.
Yeah. Have you seen the Sprite commercial we did?
Is that when he fights the kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. And I think if I read correctly, that was his own kid.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Because
I mean, like, he knocked on the house, and it was whatever family, and they moved everything from the table, yeah.
Yeah.
But and I don't think they were playing that. It was his kid, right?
Yeah.
In the world of the advert.
Yeah.
However, I don't know if they had the stunt kid to take all the bumps. Yeah, but I think he used his own kid for that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, it's Sting. Blah blah blah.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, I like that. Oh, Sting. Great on him, yeah. But he will be remembered.
Yeah, and the one last thing is, do you remember Frank Trigg?
Frank Trigg? Why does that name sound familiar?
He had that match at Bound for Glory with AJ Styles. He was the MMA guy, and he had an MMA style match.
Oh, yeah.
Which flopped hard, and AJ Styles was like, in the middle of the match, or whatever he was saying. He was saying, like, I'm a wrestler, not a whatever this match is, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because people were blazing it. Anyway, and people were saying, it's the first time I've seen AJ Styles in a terrible match. Anyway,
Yeah.
Frank Trigg was trying to buy some property around the California area, wherever this thing was from, right? And then, but then all these properties were bought up by this guy, Steve Borden.
Yeah.
So, we're in the bin pool or whatever, right? And then Frank Trigg was like, oh, this guy, Real Estate Steve.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. So Sting's wise with his money as well.
Oh, that explains a lot. Okay.
Yeah. Which is good on him, because some people just, like Ric Flair, just get themselves into debt.
Yeah.
Sting is not a fool.
No.
I think he bought a couple of gyms. He co-owned the gym before he was wrestling.
Yeah, that's before he was wrestling. Yeah.
Or before he hit big time.
Yeah. I remember that now. Yeah.
He bought a gym with Lex Luger. So, yeah. The man doesn't need, which is why obviously he doesn't need money from the other Sting.
No. Oh, his real name I don't know, but yeah.
But good on him. He had a great career.
Yep.
He made his money, and then he was wise with his money as well.
Yeah.
So this is a smart man right here.
Made his money and deuced. Yeah.
Yeah. He could have the Uncle Scrooge money vault thing that he swims in.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
With dollar bills, by the way, not coins, because he'd kill himself if he jumped into
coins.
coins.
Himself and other people. Yeah, you know what I do.
But yes, so yeah, that wraps us up on the career retrospective of Sting.
Yes, of Mr. Borden. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, and thank you for listening to us talk about Mr. Borden and his legendary career that spanned 4 decades.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm the man who the Young Bucks hate and don't love, CY Chong.
And I'm the man who watches stuff 10 years later and thinks it's a good idea and still that gimmick, but then gets confused with another thing. Charles. And don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a like. And if you're listening to this in audio realm, please give us a 5-star review. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. Even like our YouTube channel could be found in the description down below. And until next time, guys, I'd like to thank you all for taking a trip with us around the multiverse. Bye.
Bye.